Hey everyone, today we'll be taking a look at how to find the rule of the line in general form. Yes, believe it or not, there are many forms for the equation of a line, and general form is one of them. But I promise, it's easy. So please put down today's subtitle, Finding the Equation of a Line in General Form. The general form for the equation of a straight line has the following format. ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, and c don't really represent much, but, and it's a very, very big but, they must always be written in whole numbers. And if they're not, I will show you how to fix that in one of our examples. Now, in order to remember what the format of the general form looks like, try to remember this, that in this format, everything is shoved over to one side of the equal sign, and the empty side is equal to 0. Now here's the interesting part about the general form. You will almost never ever find the equation of a straight line in this form on your own. Usually, you'll have to first find the equation of a straight line in functional form first, which is the format y equals ax plus b, and then convert that into general form. Once in a while, you may find a rule of the line in symmetric form, which is of the form a over x plus b over y is equal to 1, but that's a lot more rare. It is possible, but it's rare. To illustrate what I just said, please take a moment to prepare the following example in your notebook. First, we must find the rule of this line in functional form. The slope of the line is equal to yb minus ya divided by xb minus xa. Completing our calculations using two given points, we should get a slope equal to negative 3 over 4. Continuing with our work, I'm going to use the x and y values from point A to determine my initial value. If done properly, you should get an initial value equal to 1 over 2. That gives us a final complete rule in functional form of y is equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 1 over 2. With the rule of the line in functional form, we can then convert it to general form. The conversion is easy if you remember what the format of general form is supposed to be, which is everything is shoved over to one side of the equal sign, and the empty side becomes 0. So first, let's begin by shoving everything over to one side of the equal sign. I personally find it easier to move the y over every single time, because that only gives me one object to move over, whereas if you move the negative 3 over 4x and the plus 1 over 2 over, that gives you two objects to move over. So if I follow my own advice, my next line of work is the following, with the y shoved over. Don't forget that the operations reverse when you move from one object from one side of the equal sign to the other. In this case, the positive y will become negative y. The next condition that we have to deal with for the general form is the fact that the variables a, b, and c must be whole numbers. And as you can see, we have a problem here because we have two denominators hanging around, the 4 and the 2. So how do we get rid of them? Easy. The best way to do it is to multiply the entire equation by the lowest common multiple of all visible denominators. In this case, 4 and 2. So therefore, what's the lowest common multiple of 4 and 2? It's going to be 4. So therefore, the next line should show that you will be multiplying the entire equation by 4. Probably looks something like that. Distributing the 4 will give you a final rule that looks like the following. 0 is equal to negative 3x minus 4y plus 2. Notice that everything is shoved over one side, the empty side is equal to 0, and there are no fractions. All conditions for proper general form have been satisfied. Please note that for the lowest common multiple, someone may have decided to multiply the entire equation by a negative 4 instead of positive 4. that is actually perfectly acceptable, and that person would end up with the following result. 0 is equal to 3x plus 4y minus 2. Both answers are perfectly acceptable. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how we find the rule of a straight line in general form.